this won't do either.
Don't decide that on your own accord. Come on, let me have a look.
No! I know full well that this just won't work. I'll never approve it.
Another 2 hours have passed, though this time Setsuna had only managed to come up with 2 more designs. Moreover, the second design ended up being scrapped before it could finally be revealed to us, meaning that we actually only ended up having 1 new design.
I didn't know my artistic sense was this bad. I feel like I'm going to cry.
There's no mistaking it now. We are now stuck in a spiral of negativity.
Hey, this is something I just thought about, but don't you think the second design was pretty good?
Which one was that?
It's pointless to say that now. I had tore apart and threw away every single one.
This is bad. Setsuna has already reached her limit. If this keeps up, we won't arrive at a proper solution, no matter how much we rack our brains over it. As long as she doesn't get some rest at least once, even if only a little. Moreover, if we do decide to take a rest now, we might not even be able to wake up again. Setsuna, you really should get some rest this time. I understand that much, but we're already at the point where we have no choice. If we keep on doing this, it'll only be detrimental to our practice tomorrow and in the days to come.
It's all right, really. Just give me a little more time. I feel like I can finally come up with something good this time.
Setsuna. She said the exact same thing just 2 hours ago. And Setsuna's expression is different from the one she had 2 hours ago. One that's telling me that she's finally reached her limit.
That's right. We still haven't decided on the title logo. Let's work on that first then.
That's enough already.
No! We need to get this done by morning. Well, does anyone here have any good ideas for a title?
The only response Setsuna received for her question was Kazusa's habitual piano playing.
Let's think about this seriously, Haruki-kun. We don't have much time, you know?
Like I said, that's enough. You don't have to bear this burden all by yourself any longer, Setsuna.
I'm not alone. There's the 3 of us. All of us are doing our best.
Setsuna, it's just that the anxiety has already spread among us. And even then, worrying about this in itself would probably be nothing but an absurd endeavor. As harsh as Hamada-san was earlier, I'm sure he has a backup plan prepared in advance, and will definitely have some solution ready when I arrive at the company tomorrow. And it's not like the lack of a CD jacket would cause Kazusa's song to lose any value whatsoever in the first place. What am I even thinking? Isn't that the very epitome of the compromising that we've disallowed up until now? Wasn't the bridge we're crossing so dangerous that everything risks collapsing even at the compromising of a single, trivial detail?
Hey,
But then what should we do?
I actually thought of something about the design for the CD jacket.
Kazusa, let's not talk about that for now.
Let's not make it too flashy. No, let's actually just not go for that at all.
Let's think about the title first.
Let's leave the design aside for now.
We could make it more white. Actually, wouldn't it be nice if the background was just pure white apart from the title?
At that moment,
That would suit us more, don't you think?
Pure white?
regardless of whether that was meant as a joke or not, it caused the minds of both Setsuna and me to go blank.
This is something I thought about initially, but I kept quiet about it the whole time because I thought it was too corny. You two don't remember? Well, here's my first hint. It's our...
Why didn't you say that sooner?
The song that brought the three of us together, White Album. How could we ever forget that song? Stop taking us as fools. February 26th, Tuesday.
Hey, this is the third time now. You should really get a hold of yourself.
It's because you're putting so much pressure on me that I end up overthinking things.
Before you complain, you should apologize to Setsuna. She hasn't gotten the chance to practice her singing even once because you keep getting stuck on the prelude.
I don't need to practice. I've already completely mastered this song, so I don't see myself making any mistakes with it.
Thank you, Setsuna, for emphasizing the fact that I'm the sole person who's dragging the three of us down. Yamaguchi-san? You've not gone back yet? Yeah. Even so, they've now brought a laptop and a printer along. It seems they've added office items to their list of stuff they need for their stayover. Those girls have every intention of living here, huh? That guy and those girls, you mean? That aside, I wonder if they can even make it in time. Like I know. How can I judge if they aren't even done with their songs? But they've used another song as a substitute for the time being, haven't they? What do you think? No matter how you put it, it just feels too unbalanced. The combination of a professional, an indie singer, and an amateur is just incomprehensible. Well, you know, putting the guitarist aside for the time being, I think Oguso-chan is pretty good. Sure, her singing isn't enough to sell on its own, but don't you think it would work if we just attached something topical to it? What do you mean by topical? You know, the stunning debut of a unit of beauties consisting of Knights Records promising new public relations specialists, and the genius of a second-generation pianist, or something. That sounds pretty corny. If Wakamoto-san were here, he'd definitely find the idea interesting. Perhaps I should bring him along with me next time. Stop it. That's not gonna work. Huh? Is that so? I just thought it'd be a good path for Oguso-chan to branch out to. Because those two look unwilling to listen to anyone but that guitarist. I'm not sure if it's better to say that they're completely subservient to him, regardless of his skill, or if they're completely smitten with him over reasons that aren't related to his actual musicianship. Who in the world is that guy? He's Kaiosha's new employee, isn't he? We exchanged business cards, remember? No, I didn't mean it that way. I don't see anyone ever believing in a spectacle like this. Not even the host of a talk show.
You erased those lines again!
What are you even doing? You haven't made any progress for a while, have you? Do you think I'd be able to actually come up with any lyrics with the both of you constantly staring at me from both sides? I finally managed to submit the title and logo in the morning. Amado-san had given me a wry smile saying that the designs we submitted looked rushed, all the while wearing an expression I couldn't tell was shocked or relieved.
Even if you say that, I'm interested. They're lyrics that I'm going to be singing after all.
You were the one who decided on writing the lyrics first, Haruki. Are you aware you're keeping me waiting? I'm begging the two of you, just leave me alone. I'm getting distracted.
How about a change of pace? Should I make some coffee for you? Or maybe I should give you a massage.
If you're going to get distracted over something like this, it just proves you never had any focus in the first place. I would still be able to play even if there was a war going on around me, you know?
The three of us have begun rehearsing for the first time tonight. Our new song isn't finished yet, so we ended up revealing a song that the three of us played in the past as a substitute. The comments from the staff ended up being centered only on me, but this isn't the time to worry about pointless things like that.
So, when do you estimate you'll be able to finish it? What time will you be able to present your completed version to me?
By the way, how long did you take to finish the lyrics last time?
3 months?
Hmm,
I had never written a song before back then. And there was no deadline back then either. And above all, I didn't even know if they were going to be used.
Let's have a meeting then. Having Haruki fret over this all by himself like this is too risky.
that's right. 3 heads are better than 1 after all. So I see nothing but positives from us pooling our wisdom together.
No, that last part is... And late at night, we're working on the lyrics of our new song. All while it's already a day past its due date. The deadline is the last day of the month, but that also happens to be the day of Kazusa's concert. So it's best if we could finish recording it the day before, if possible. In other words, we actually only have 2 days left, and the tasks we have left include making the lyrics, composing the melody, practicing, and recording. This is quite the tight schedule.
Wouldn't it be more appropriate for us to decide on a theme first? I suppose it would allow us to avoid wasting time in case our thoughts end up diverging.
Theme, you say? You mean something about love amongst humanity or world peace?
Why did you even come up with something so arrogant? Do you intend to host a charity movement in an effort to save the Earth or something?
We really don't have time on our side now, so I think it'd be better for us to go with something that we're more familiar with.
I agree. In the end, if we can't integrate our own thoughts and experiences, we'll only end up with something shallow.
That's, true.
Maybe something you feel on a usual basis, Haruki-kun. Or even something that's only trivial in your daily life will do.
You should have at least something, right? Even in your meager life, there ought to be 1 or 2 notable experiences.
Knock it off. It's best to live out an ordinary life.
Or maybe something that's happened recently that's really elating or exciting.
Or perhaps the opposite, where you've experienced something sad or painful.
A painful experience that happened only recently. You...
Um,
Hmm. The three of us ended up taking a break at that point. Somehow, none of us said a word. February 27th, Wednesday.
They finished 2 songs in a single day, even though they've got no sleep at all. Sleep is unnecessary when push comes to shove. Even I could continue playing non-stop for 10 days. I don't do that anymore, though. President! In any case, the concert should proceed as planned. The issue lies with the CD. As for that, it seems that the lyric-making process has taken a lot of time for now. What are they thinking? Spending the most time on the bonus track. I personally would prefer for her to focus on the concert. Still, it's because Kazusa's been working on that new song that her motivation risen to the level it is now. Still, it's because Kazusa's been working on that new song that her motivation's risen to the level it is at now. I suppose so. But if they don't manage to finish the new song in time, the concert will end in catastrophe. There's a precedent for that after all. In the end, are we just going to let the three of them do whatever they want right now?
My daughter really is quite troublesome. She hasn't behaved as I want her to at all.
If she's uncontrollable even by you, President, perhaps that means she'll become more outstanding than you in the future. I'd be troubled if she doesn't end up doing that. She's become our company's one and only selling point after all. Well then, it's about time I headed back. I wanted to pick up my medicine along the way, so could you take me to the hospital? Aren't you going to say hello to Kazusa-san? I'd probably end up getting chased away by her in a rage. She'd probably say something like, "Don't bother me at a time like this." It's about time you relaxed, Kazusa. I've made you some coffee. Yes, thank you. I've cut some of the sugar down to 4 spoons. Bitter. You've been stepping up quite a bit. Even an amateur like me can feel the appeal of your piano playing gradually increasing. Well, I had plenty of time to practice this alone. All because our new song has been heavily delayed. Well, how's Haruki? He's groaning at himself in the anteroom. Let's not interrupt him and leave him alone for the time being, okay? Well, I suppose I wouldn't want to break the deadline I've established. I'm not sure he'll make it in time, even if he works hard at this point. He'll make it. I'm sure he will. You really have a lot of faith in Haruki, Setsuna. Though I suppose I'm the one who won't be able to compose the melody on time at this rate. Oh, come on! You know that my faith extends to you as well. Huh? What do you mean? After all, I know that you'll go way above the limit for Haruki-kun's sake. I knew this even when we worked on Todokanai Koi back then. It's nothing like that. Oh no! I know everything. I know how you were composing the melody during classes and even snapped at the teacher. Yet it still took me 3 days to complete it. Even if I could surpass my limits, I'm not confident that I can finish making this song in 1 day. So, you're not going to deny that you did act for his sake? This really is too bitter. I get it. Here, have a sugar cube. But only one, okay? Just what I'd expect of you. I love you, Setsuna.
Cheese.
Ah.
Hey,
Hmm?
it feels like we're out camping, doesn't it?
It's winter, though. And forget about stargazing. There isn't even a sky to be seen here.
Come on! I'm talking about the atmosphere. We've gathered together so we can make meals together, talk together, and go to sleep together when we're tired.
We've never had any sleep, though.
If only this way of life could go on forever.
Setsuna?
I bet it'd be fun if we three could live together. We would rent some spacious home with a living room large enough for a piano. You wouldn't have to worry about rent. Haruki-kun and I are both working, so it'd be completely fine. And I'd be responsible for all our meals in mornings and evenings.
Stop saying such silly things. You should have some common sense.
What's wrong with having dreams?
Setsuna, just how much and how long do you intend to spoil me? I've told you that I love Haruki, right? I've told you that I'm jealous of you, haven't I?
You have indeed. And quite passionately at that.
You're an idiot. An absolute idiot. To think that you'd still want someone as detestable as me around you.
I'm not an idiot. I've said this from the very beginning, 5 years ago. Nothing's changed since then. I'm still fine with the three of us being together. And I still want the three of us to be like this forever, you know?
Nothing has changed in terms of you refusing to believe the truth. And always being lost either. Aren't you forcing yourself too, for Haruki's sake? The truth is, you're already past your mental limit, aren't you?
I'm not forcing myself, and I'm not enduring anything either.
You're so stubborn.
I'm not stubborn. This is just the way I am now. A me that you don't know about. A me that has grown up in these 5 years, Kazusa.
5 years, huh?
It's true. I used to be different from who I am now. I sought to become the two amongst the three of us. I wanted to become the two with him. And I ended up stealing the march on you, Kazusa.
Oh no, the one who stole the march was...
Still, with the way I am now, I won't accept anything less than everyone being happy. That's how I've been developing myself since then.
Everyone meaning...
It includes me, Haruki-kun, and you, Kazusa. My family, my dad, my mom, Takahiro. Oh, and his girlfriend. And there's Io, Takia, and then there's... Well, I suppose there's Tomo also. Of course, this includes your mother as well, Kazusa.
You are...
You think I'm a girl who's selfish because she wants everything? Or perhaps you think I'm just a shallow hypocrite.
I don't see you that way. I could never see you that way. It's just... I just thought you were strong. That I'm not a match for you. That 5 years seems to have made such a large gap between us.
I'm not strong. And I'm not an independent woman either. I'm just a very clingy girl who loves nothing more than to be protected and loved by him.
Then...
It's just that, in many ways, I turned into a much more bothersome woman compared to who I was back then. That's all.
Setsuna.
You know, I really, really love Haruki-kun. I'm sorry, but I really don't think I could ever lose to you in that regard at all, Kazusa.
We can't compete over something like that.
Still, do you know that I also really love you too, Kazusa? My feelings for you are no weaker than my feelings for him.
Setsuna?
Haruki-kun's someone who always puts himself aside to do his best for the person he treasures the most. But I'm not like him. I'm not satisfied if I'm not happy too. For me to be happy, lots of other people need to be happy too. It's really bothersome, isn't it?
I suppose so.
Do you feel fed up?
Of course I do. Are you an idiot or something?
Yeah, I'm an idiot. A very troublesome idiot.
If that's the case, you might even be a bigger idiot than Haruki.
I really don't think so. That would make me quite the soft-hearted person, don't you think?
The fact that you can so easily wave away his faults is no different from you acknowledging that fact.
I do have a little self-awareness about that, I suppose.
Hey, Setsuna,
Huh?
regardless of how stupid you are, and regardless of how unbelievable of a people pleaser you are, I admit that I still envy you.
Yeah.
Still, with the way I am now, I really can't see myself fighting against you.
Thank you. That alone means enough to me right now.
Because, with the way I am now, I really love you, Setsuna, so much that it's no less than my love for Haruki.
Kazusa! Kazusa!
What is it?
What a coincidence! I feel the same!
I heard you earlier. I see you're not just an idiot, but you're forgetful as well, Setsuna.
Yeah! Yeah!
Hey, I'm done. Finally. Huh? The moment I bolted into the studio while carrying a notebook filled with the lyrics I had poured my heart and soul into for a day and a half, I spoke for the first time in about 2 hours, but my voice ended up being sucked into the booth and disappeared. Come to think of it, I was so focused on writing this song that I didn't notice, but come to think of it, I think I stopped hearing the piano halfway. Kazusa was supposed to be concentrating on practicing in preparation for the concert that will be held in 2 days. Instead, the two of them are now completely defenseless as they remain sound asleep, their fingers intertwined and their shoulders huddled together. This is a disaster. We're supposed to be preparing for 2 important events, and we can't let a single minute or second go to waste with the way things are now. Moreover, if you compound this with my mistake, then we'll have to work 10 times harder for every second if we are to make it. Even so, my lips and my feet remain utterly still as I gaze upon the sight before me. The looks on their faces as they sleep are so peaceful that even attempting to wake them up would be a grave sin in itself. That's why all I could bring myself to do was to gently and quietly pick up the blanket on the floor and cover them with it. The happiness I feel from seeing them regain what they have lost because of me, mixed with the loneliness of being the only one left out. A confusing mix of emotions reverberates in my chest. So I pick up my own sleeping bag and head over to the anteroom, where the heating is not functional. This divine spectacle is one that I cannot disturb, and it's because I don't know how I could bring myself to face the two girls who, with their own strength, have managed to regain what I've destroyed. Dreaming of the certain future where I will be scolded with, "Why didn't you wake us up?" When morning arrives, I slowly shut my eyes. Kidahara! Hey, Kidahara! What is it? You look really tired. I can see black on your face, you know? Yes, it's because it's oil-based. When I woke up from my 2 hours of sleep, Kazusa was already working on composing the unfinished song, while Setsuna had already prepared some coffee for me. Although they didn't berate me over falling asleep on my own accord, they ended up giggling when they looked at my face for some reason in exchange. It was only when I went to the bathroom to wash my face and looked at my reflection in the mirror that I finally understood why they behaved the way they did. By the way, so how's the recording going? Have your sleepless nights proved effective? Everything's done with the exception of the bonus track. Although, I see, so it's complete then. Yes, the piano songs are now all fully complete. However, I see. Oh, thank goodness. You've finally done it. That means we won't have to postpone the release date anymore. Yeah, Mada-san, who I imagine was put under a lot of stress because of me, responds to my explanation with a wide smile on his face despite my mentions of although and however. There were many issues that set you back this time. But wouldn't you consider this a good experience for yourself, Kidahara? You're right. I'm grateful to you and the chief editor for entrusting me with such a large task this early, Hamada-san. Well, I suppose you could return the favor by focusing on the next issue of the graph. Work on the issue has piled up quite a bit while you were working on Ensemble, you know? Yes, if it means I can start next month onward. It seems that Hamada-san thinks that the task related to the next issue of Ensemble has now come to a proper conclusion. While I won't deny that I've intentionally worded things the way I have to avoid any unnecessary confrontations, though. The additional concert's tomorrow. Are you gonna attend it? I'm not really sure. There's still work left I have to do. Heartless, aren't you? And here you've been working with her all this time, no? You even used to be classmates, yet your bond didn't deepen at all? Well, it's work after all. At this point, our relationship can't get any deeper than it is. Oh well. In any case, good work. You can have some proper rest over the weekend. Thank you very much. Hamada-san ended up being in good spirits from the start to finish, which is a rare sight around here recently. I'm sure he's convinced that the CD will be done with or without the bonus track. I'll have to shut off the power of my cell phone tomorrow. I would have to deal with Hamada-san's understandably inconsolable rage in the middle of our final hurdle if I didn't. Then what? We're supposed to stop recording for the day?
I do apologize. You see, we're still not done with that song yet.
You're kidding. Spare me already. I have to work on site for the entire month. Having to make a song in the studio in the middle of a recording session. What? Did Ogata Eiji suddenly decide to get involved with this?
Don't you think your analogy is rather old-fashioned, Yamaguchi-san?
No, he was the person I had to work for in my first job as an audio director. I wanted to just run away on the first day.
That just makes it seem even older.
Well, when will we be able to hold the next recording? I hear that you guys are trying your best to finish it within the month, but you know that February ends tomorrow, right?
Thank God this is a leap year. Otherwise, you'd all be doomed already.
Tomorrow! I have no doubt we'll be finished by tomorrow. I'm really sorry that I've had to interrupt all of your initial arrangements of taking the day off, but please, just work with us for just one more day.
Can you guarantee that you'll be able to make it by tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. Kazusa, I promise it on behalf of Tomo-chan.
Well, I've taken out countless days off this month, so that's actually fine, but
She has her concert tomorrow, doesn't she?
In any case, I've got an approval for the change in our recording schedule. It'll be tomorrow at around 10 p.m.
Oh, it seems there's a cut in the tightrope now.
We're supposed to submit our final product to the manufacturer at 10 o'clock on the day after tomorrow. But taking into account the time needed for the work that doesn't involve us, we actually only have 2 hours to record.
So, in other words,
Yeah, our actual deadline is at the end of February. Letting a single second of March go by with our work not done would be unacceptable.
this utterly hilarious arrangement of a deadline almost made me laugh. Not that I could bring myself to actually do it, though. Even so, while we know that we're in a situation that we can't help but laugh at, it still weighs heavily on us.
I wonder if I could go with that here.
Kazusa,
Alright, let's change the tempo here.
hey, listen to me, Kazusa. This is about our arrangement for tomorrow, you know?
Don't talk to me right now. I'm busy at the moment.
This isn't the time for you to say stuff like that right now. This has more to do with you than anyone.
Oh, that's just funny coming from you, Haruki. Who do you think is at fault for me even being capable of saying that right at this very moment? We're 2 hours behind because you didn't wake us up. We're 10 hours behind because you couldn't come up with any proper lyrics. We're 12 hours behind because you forgot about the logo. It adds up to a total of 24 hours. Had you done things properly, we'd be done recording everything by now.
Let's just keep moving forward, okay?
When Setsuna saw me being berated by Kazusa, she didn't show the slightest hint of wanting to stop her or to defend me. After all, she's noticed something. She's noticed the very mischievous and excited smile Kazusa's wearing as she's scolding me.
So, let's do our best, okay? Let's make sure we're able to finish this song before 10 p.m. tomorrow and practice so that we can perform it entirely.
But Kazusa has the concert to deal with.
Entry hours begin at 3 p.m. So we should try to have this song finished before that time. You can do that, right, Kazusa?
It's not about if I can do it. I will do it.
Don't worry, I won't head to the venue until I'm finished. No, you have to go. You can't just not appear at your own concert like that.
I was joking. I'll make sure I'll make it in time. So, the two of you should get to mastering the new song while I'm busy with the concert.
That's the inevitable conclusion we would eventually arrive at the moment we would have to go through with our final schedule.
Even if I can finish the song, it means nothing if you can't play it properly. It would mean nothing if Setsuna can't sing it either. So, you two will stay here and practice it until I return.
Which means, yet again, we
I won't forgive either of you if you two can't perform the song smoothly by the time I get back.
will be unable to attend Kazusa's concert. Setsuna calmly accepts Kazusa's words. She's realized from the very beginning that things were bound to end up this way. Or perhaps it's better to say that she's aware that we've run out of options. Kazusa, actually, I've also realized it myself. I've simply been running away from admitting it.
Things are different from how they were the last time.
Kazusa gives me an accurate reply to the several seconds I spent in silence. She's talking about the concert from a month ago. Kazusa's little blunder, which the average person wasn't able to notice, and which the critics had nothing but bad things to say about. All because I never came to see her play. All because I decided to spend time alone with Setsuna instead.
Now, I can feel you even when you're not there watching me after all.
However, Kazusa seems to be brimming with confidence. So much so that she's capable of saying such a problematic statement right in front of Setsuna.
That's why you can count on the fact that I'll make tomorrow's concert the absolute best. You two can enjoy lamenting about the fact that you won't be able to attend it.
She hasn't even rehearsed. Unlike the last time, she's not fully prepared whatsoever outside of practice. Not to mention the mountain of problems with her physical and mental health caused by sleep deprivation. Even so, what is this confidence she has?
Come on, don't give me that worried look. You were the one who said that we could do anything so long as the three of us are together, right?
Kazusa,
Even though you two won't be there in person tomorrow, this is still a performance from the three of us. That's why I'll succeed, no matter what.
I wonder how I should describe this faith she has towards us.
Come on, it's morning already. It's about time we went for the final sprint.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Haruki has the lyrics done, and Kazusa and Setsuna are getting along. Setsuna even wants Kazusa to come live with them. I really do think a throuple ending should be a thing. Even if it isn't official. That's probably going to be my headcanon by the end of this.